Brothers, today I'm going to talk about the question, why? Why is such a dangerous question when you're rebooting? And I mean it in a very specific sense. When you start asking, why is this happening to me? Why me? Why am I always relapsing? Why can't I keep my word to myself? Why can't I control this one behavior? Why can't I beat it? Why won't she call me back? Why don't they see how good I am? Why don't they respect me? I want you to stop that. This is a very simple observation, but it's very powerful as well. And the reason I'm randomly bringing it up on the podcast episode is I realized that I've been catching a lot of brothers in my private one-on-one calls bringing that up when we dig deep. Why is victim language? Why means that you are at the effect of something that is more powerful than you. You're not really asking why because you're searching for data. You're asking why in an emotional way. You're asking why as a plea to God or the gods or to the universe. It is a complaint. It is throwing your hands up. It stems from helplessness and hopelessness. Why is this happening to me? Like, why me all the time? You feel the frustration, and all that does is reinforce that you are being punished, that something bad is happening to you, that you are bad, that there is something inherently, something within you is broken and is wrong. Because you're not going to answer that question. Your subconscious mind is going to answer the question. And because the question was not asked from a place of love, it wasn't asked from a place of compassion, it was asked from a place of hopelessness. The answer that you're going to get is one which reinforces your hopelessness. Your subconscious will find a reason, a negative reason. Why? Because you deserve it. Why? Because I'm weak. Why? Because I'm a loser. Why? Because I'm fucking broken. Why? Because I don't have self-discipline. Why? Why? Because I'm me and I'm the kind of person that fucking fails all the time. Stop it. Stop caring why. Of course, I don't mean that in an irresponsible way. For instance, when you start wondering, why won't people respect me? Why can't I keep my word to my wife? Why do I keep lying to other people so easily? Why don't they see my worth? I want you to replace that with compassion and love for yourself and for the other person. Here's how simple it is. This message is for those of you who feel like, fuck, I am there right now, JK. I am at that why place. Or you just talking about it brought it up. And yes, I always end up at the why. Especially those of you who've sought help. Some of you have sought help and invested in help. You're like, okay, cool, this is going to help me end this behavior. It's going to help me control this. It's going to help me be a better husband, be a better man. And then you ask yourself, why, even when I'm presented with this wonderful opportunity to control this, why do I sabotage it? Give yourself compassion. You have not been in the habit of loving yourself. You loathe yourself. You hate yourself. And that why question always leads to it. It is evil. The moment I stopped asking myself why, like why me, stomping about my dirty little studio apartment, basement apartment too, asking myself why me, why me, why me, my life changed. I started loving myself. And when it came to others, instead of asking why and spending that precious energy, do you know how much energy it takes when you ask why in that way? It takes all your energy and it's not even productive. You're sitting looking at other people wondering why they treat you that way. You're looking at your phone waiting for the response, wondering why they didn't get back to you. And you're filling in the gaps. Your subconscious mind is, just send them love. It's okay. What if I just chose to love them? I'm serious. What if I just chose to be like, Yeah, that's cool. Like, not say I don't give a shit, fuck it, I don't care. What if you just chose to just be compassionate towards them? You know what? I don't understand why. Maybe they don't like me, maybe they do, maybe they're busy, maybe they forgot, maybe they underestimated me, maybe I reminded them of somebody else, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to show love. That's it. You know, when I started coaching almost 12 years ago, I also would ask myself why. Because I would start running across some brothers. They would not talk to anybody but me. Like, they would never speak to a therapist, or they would go to therapist, talk about all their problems, but they would not talk about this compulsive sexual behavior because of the shame. And they would come across my blog. Back then I had a blog, anonymous, get on a call with me, send me emails. And sometimes they would just lie. And I always knew when brothers were lying. I always knew when they were keeping stuff. And I was like, why? Why would they lie? Sometimes brothers would just be angry at me. Like, they would just lash out at me. I would ask why. And then I decided to apply what I had applied in my reboot to my reboot coaching, which is, why don't you just stop worrying about why this brother who reached out to you is angry? Why don't you just show him love? Like, why don't you do that? Because you'll always win, brother. You will always win when you show yourself compassion. Always. It's like checkmate every single time. That's my message for you. Just stop asking why and show love to yourself when you feel that you're to blame, because that's how you fill in the gaps, and showing love to others when you, or rather your subconscious, is seeking reasons for why they didn't do one thing or the other.